25 years ago this year, this was peak mobile phone technology. No Wi-Fi, no touchscreen, just crazy durability, an insane battery life, and one iconic game. Let's talk about the Nokia 3310. So as I just mentioned, the Nokia 3310 turns 25 this year in 2025, and it is still one of my all-time favourite mobile phones. So I thought it'd be a nice touch to do a bit of a retrospective, go through all the features that we kind of remember and love, and maybe some of them that we've forgotten, and see if it kind of is a device that should remain in the past with our nostalgic memories, or could we actually survive using one of these today? Okay, so first of all, let's check out the design. When this came out, it was priced at £130, which back then it seemed like a lot of money, but not in comparison to today's mobile phones. And it has this really lovely minimalist design. It's, I think they're described as like a candy bar shape, that size that fits in the palm of your hand. It's a no-nonsense design. It has this small monochrome screen on the front. It's got a keyboard keys here of 12 keys. It's got a nice compact body. Yeah, like I mentioned in the intro, no touch screens, no swiping, just lovely buttons with a real nice feel to them. It earned a reputation durability wise as being like an indestructible phone. You'd drop this out of your pocket, you'd do all sorts, you'd scratch the screen and the thing would just keep on trucking. So as well as that, like having this lovely like minimalist design and having all the durability, you could also like customize this. So if you push down at the back and slide it open, that's how you'd get into the back here where the battery would be. And what people would do is you could either buy them in a certain color, or you take the back off and swap it out. And you could also pop off this front housing as well. And so there was like lots of these removable covers, and everyone would customize and design them to whatever they liked. And I think that's something we've kind of lost with mobile phones these days, where we just kind of buy into a color because they're not really designed to be taken apart anymore, especially with things like dust and waterproofing. Now, whilst we're here, we wouldn't be remiss without talking about the battery life. So, believe it or not, like unlike modern smartphones, they barely last a day. But this thing could go over a week. I think they were saying like 10 days on a single charge, and the hours on standby was 260 hours, and it's almost became like a bit of a meme. So it's like people would say things along the lines of, I've just turned my Nokia on after 10 years and it's still got a full charge. But it really was an absolute trooper. It would just like go on for so long. You didn't have to worry about having a charger with you all the time or charging it in the car. It would just it basically just stayed charged all the time. So now that we've had a look over the design, spoken about the durability, the customization, the battery life, why don't we start to have a look at some of the features inside the phone? I figured the best way was just to go into the menu and start working our way down. So here, yeah, we've got Vodafone here, we've got the signal on the left, battery of course is full on the right. So let's go into our menu, and first of all we've got the phone book. So you'd go into your phone book, and this is where you could search for people, add in names, erase them, edit them, and you could also assign tones to individual people. I don't remember this one. Send a birthday card, and then what other options have we got? Different views. Oh, and we've also got speed dials, voice and voice tags as well, and that's right round to the start. And then moving down, we're on to our messages. So you could write messages, your inbox, outbox, picture messages. Oh, we've actually got some in here. Let's have a look at what picture messages we've got. So cups of coffee, like a sun lounger, flowers. So these must have just been default ones that were on there. That's about 11. How many have we got? So we've got around 14 built-in pictures that you could send. There's some templates there. Please call, I'm at home, I'm at work, etc. Smileys, just the beginning of emojis, our settings, info, and then just kind of generic things. It might be worth, so you see that number in the top right corner. It doesn't work for all of them, but this is basically a shortcut. So what you could do is if you were in here and you press the menu 2 it would go to whatever that shortcut was. So, you know, the outbox was 2-3, so you'd go menu 2-3 and that would take you to your outbox. That was a really nice way you'd memorize shortcuts to certain things. Oh, and also this phone brought in the predictive messaging. So prior to that, the way you'd text is you'd have, you know, the letters here. So if you wanted to say hello, you'd press the H twice. So you press this number twice. So would be H, would be E, and then you press for this one 3 times to get the L. And you got really good. You could almost like blind text, because you kind of know what was what and you could do it. But this one actually brought in something called T9 Predictive Text, so it made messaging a lot faster. So what I'll show is, like, if we went into here to write a message, so what you'd do now is if you're going to write hello, you would just go HELLO, and it would guess that that's what you wanted to do. So hello, how are you? And so it saved you doing all that extra tapping, but sometimes it would get the word wrong. So if we type this one here, if we use this middle one, it could be all sorts of combinations. So if I do BAT, it could be cat or it could be bat. So if I go there, see how it's an act. And so if you wanted to change that to a different word, you go in your options, you'd have a look down, you look at the matches, and then it would give you a list. So I'd say, oh, actually, no, what I want to use is bat. And it would change the word to bat and you'd carry on. To use the numbers and things like that, you would hold down the key. So this would be number 2. And this one down here would default between upper and lower case. Next on our menu, we have chat. Now, I don't really remember this, so I guess you'd put in a number and it would, I guess, just shortcut to them for memory. I genuinely don't ever remember using that chat function, so if you know what that did, please let me know. And then what else we've got? So the call register is simply missed calls, received calls, dialed numbers, so all that kind of thing. And we've got here, look, show what was it, call cost settings, prepaid credits. And I think this was still the era where you were getting charged like 10 pence a text. And that's where originally all that kind of text language, how are you, all came in, because we were all trying to get in as few characters as possible, or as much as possible, within the character limit, so it would only cost us 10p. Do you remember those days? And next up, we're on to tones. So this phone actually had 35 built-in ringtones, and then you could customize 7 as well. I don't remember customizing any, but do you remember doing that thing where you would, like, there would be magazines and stuff, and you would text the magazine and it would cost £3 or something, and you'd get sent a tone or like a ringtone that you put on your phone, or you'd get sent a screensaver or a moving image that you'd put on here. And another thing I've just remembered is, what I really like about the menu is each one of them has a slight animation to it. So if I go back there, so look at the phone book, see how the page turns over, messages, it actually comes out, chat, is that going to do anything yet? So we can see something there, the call register, and then finally onto tone, so you can see it moving around. I just think that's a really nice touch. So, show a bit of a blast from the past. I'm not sure if I can do all 35 of them. If I miss one out and you really like it, let me know, but I think just a small smattering should suffice. So we're going to our tones. Okay, so here we go. We'll start off with the classic Nokia tune. Oh, we have to select it. I'll just like maybe do about 5. So it goes attraction. No. I remember ones that I remember people using. Matilda? Don't think so. Merry Christmas, Auld Lang Syne. Groovy Blue? That's not bad, is it? The buffoon? And what else have we got? Barn dance? No, don't remember that one. Get cool. These are all empty. Scrolling through. Mosquito bee, city bird. That one, everyone used, that was quite a popular one, wasn't it? Kick. And what else have we got? Rocket Frog, all the way around to the Nokia tune. And let's have, what were these ones here? This message alert tone. So that was standard. No tone. I tell you what, that gives me goosebumps hearing that old Nokia message alert tone. So yeah, I think that's enough through there. So what have we got coming up next? We have settings. So what have we got? Call settings, phone settings, security settings, all that kind of thing. So that's just going to be stuff like, oh yeah, language. Have you got a welcome note? Just, you know, just basic stuff. And what was the call settings? Yeah, so speed dialing, call waiting, that kind of stuff. Nothing too interesting in there. Nice, again, another nice animation. So on to the next one, call divert. Yeah, we're not too fussed about that. And now we are on to the games. And of course, one immediately jumps out, one iconic game. There's also another good one on there, and there's a few that no one played. So within our games, we have Snake 2, Space Impact, Bantumi, if that's how I pronounce it, and Pairs. So I'm actually going to go on Space Impact first and see if you remember playing this. So in this one, your keys move you kind of up and down, forwards and backwards, and then there's also, you can fire like guns and missiles. There, so that's your gun. And then you had like a rocket was number 4, like this. And you can, with this and this one, move forward. You can move forwards and backwards as well. You've got your life up there, your bombs, and your high score. Let's exit out of there. So that was that one. Do you remember playing that one at all? So now we'll move on to Snake 2. Just you could use these, but they didn't really make sense. And what have we got? We got levels, maze, top. Is there a top score in here? 365. That's probably not very high at all. So new game, and I was more of a like these ones here, 2, 4, 8, and 6. And what you do is you chase these like bits of food around, and then you basically get bigger and bigger each time you eat something. And you're trying to not kind of get in your own way, and every now and then there'll be like an apple or something that would appear very briefly. Oh, there's one of those. I've got 16 seconds to get that mouse. I think it's a mouse. Can you believe this was the height? This was a craze of mobile gaming back in the day. Forget everything now. We were all just like, you'd wait to get on your lunch or whatever and just be sat playing this game. But I could sit here and do it, but I'm pretty sure you don't just want to watch me play snakes. Okay, so that's the games done. Moving down. Okay, so this is the start where they had other like useful features, utilities built in. So you had a calculator. You could put reminders in as well. I haven't set the clock apparently. And also within the clock, so you have your alarm clock, but you also have a stopwatch and a countdown timer as well. And profile, so this is where you'd set up different things, silent, discreet, loud, and you could personalize all the settings you want and store them. And another way to access that was to push the button on the top, and then you could go through there. What else have we got? So, call divert games, reminder clock, profiles. This is just because it's a Vodafone SIM, so there'll be, well, as we can see, your prices. But then there'd also be these other things built in. They'd have a whole list of stuff like this, so like horoscopes, and you'd click on it and it would be built into the sim where you'd select something like you want your horoscope for the day. It'd charge 99 pence or whatever it was, and then it would send you a horoscope. Same for stuff like this entertainment. Yeah, I had completely forgotten about that kind of thing that they all used to offer. And then that's all the way back around to the phone book. So yeah, I tell you what, that was a lot faster than I thought it was going to be, going through like all the settings inside there. I don't think I've missed anything. These ones here are your stored numbers and your last dialed numbers. There used to be other like codes. Your friends would tell you about something where you do like a star hash number, and then you type in all sorts of stuff and it would bring up information, not just your IMEI, it would bring up like network data, and people would be saying, oh, use this one, it uses a different satellite. I just remember doing crazy stuff with like typing in all sorts of random codes on here, and I wonder if there's somewhere online that has a list of crazy Nokia codes and what they used to do. But yeah, that was a little look through. Why don't we go to a summary on the phone? Well, that was one hell of a blast from the past. I absolutely loved getting the Nokia 3310 out again and having a flick through. And did it live up to my memories? Was it rose-tinted goggles? You know what? I still think this was an absolutely iconic phone for the time. It's got the perfect size. It lasted forever. The buttons are really nice to use. You've got plenty of usable functions. It is just like a brilliant phone. One thing that did surprise me though was just how quickly I got through the functions. You just kind of forget how simple like non-smartphones were, but even so, still a great phone, still brought back some great memories. Could I use one today? Probably not, but the thing is, I'd absolutely love to try. So maybe in a future video I'll spend like 24 hours using a Nokia instead of my normal phone, but that's even if it'll even accept my current SIM card, who knows. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any fond memories of the 3310, please feel free to share them in the comments. I'd love to read them. And what I'll also do is I'll share my retro phone playlist up here, and I'll also suggest another video you'll probably like up there as well. And if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and subscribe to catch up on all the future retro content. But until then, all the best, take care, and see you. Oh, hello? Yeah, I'm just on my way now. Yeah, I'll catch you in a minute. All right, bye.